Okay, so we're going to look at some pretty complex systems of equations. The first one in the problem set that you have is 22x plus 22y plus 14z is equal to negative 594. Then you get negative 42x plus 43y plus 9z is equal to negative 587. And then negative 44x plus 39y minus 3z is equal to negative 275. Now, when you take the linear algebra portion of the course next year, we're going to get into more detail as to why what we're about to do works. But right now, I'm just going to show you a tool that you can use in MATLAB to solve a system of equations that is like this daunting. Generally speaking, this system is something that would be like really hard to do by hand. And MATLAB can actually handle much more than this. Like, so this system is 3 equations and 3 variables. You could do, a system with like 100 equations and 100 variables, and MATLAB would still be able to handle it and give you a solution. So the trick to this is we're going to build what you call a matrix. And we're going to strip out all the variables and just keep the coefficients. So on the left-hand side here, we're just going to write in those coefficients. On the right-hand side, so I'm going to make a little line here, we're just going to put the constants. So this is what is called an augmented matrix. Okay, so this is a matrix, and then we have its augment. Now, for MATLAB's purposes, that line is imaginary. It doesn't actually exist. MATLAB doesn't care about that line. So when we enter this in, we're going to enter this into MATLAB as a matrix that has 3 rows and 4 columns, and that line's not going to appear at all. So the first thing we need to do is we need to learn how to enter this as a matrix, and then we'll use MATLAB in one step to solve this as a system of equations. All right, so let me bring up MATLAB. Okay, so thinking about that augmented matrix that we just made, we're going to create a matrix called A, and usually I use capital letters for matrices, okay? To start a matrix, you have to use the left square bracket, and then you enter the matrices in by rows with a separation. You can either use a space or a comma between each element of the rows. So I'm going to go 22, 22, 14, negative 5, 9, 4. Now the way that I tell MATLAB that I've gotten to the end of a row is I put a semicolon. And then I put in negative 42, 43, 9, negative 5, 8, 7. Put a semicolon. Negative 44, 39, negative 3, negative 275. I've got all 3 rows of the matrix in. So I close the bracket to say I've closed the entire matrix. And when I hit enter, it makes it a nice, neat matrix inside MATLAB. Now, the process that MATLAB is going to use to solve this system of equations is something that's called Gauss-Jordan. That's going to be like an early topic in the linear algebra portion of the course, but I wanted you to know that this exists because this might help you in other places in life to be able to solve like a big, huge, complex system like this. The way you evoke Gauss-Jordan is RREF. It is like an acronym that means reduced to row echelon form. Again, more than what you need to know. I'm going to put parentheses. I'm going to say perform RREF on matrix A. So it's like a function that eats a matrix and returns something. When I hit enter, I get back another matrix. The only part of this matrix that matters is the -2, the 11, and the -22 at the right-hand side. So what this is literally saying is that x is -2, y is -11, and z is -22. Now I can check this. I can take 22 times -2 plus 22 times -11 plus 14 times -22, and if this is the solution, then I should get 594, -594, which I do. If I do this with the second equation, well, let's do this. Let's make x equal to -2, y equal to -11, and z equal to -22, right? So in the second equation, I should say -42 times x plus 43 times y plus 9 times z, and that should give me -587, and there it is. And then in the third equation, if I take -44 times x plus 39 times y and -3 times z, this should give me -275, and there you go. So this answer, x, whoops, that's not right, x being -2, y being -11, z being -22 solves this system. So there you go. MATLAB solving a very complex system of equations in literally one step. Pretty powerful tool. Your job today is to work through the other 7 that are on that assignment sheet, and you're good to go. All right, thank you.